Part 7 of the CV2 Anniversary tutorial. Nail Mansion. Now if you want to, you could dagger this one, killing him. As for the wall itself, it's a little bit wonky. You cannot actually jump up there. You have to be next to it, jumping up. You could also just drop down. Or... and equip the holy water. Or... those are the two most common methods that we use. You can use either one of them. I don't really know if one of them is better than the other. Also worth pointing out, the more blocks that you break, the more lag you spawn. Whoa. Assuming you get the holy water out. But yeah. Also the spikes will not do anything. If you're going for this one, you can see my foot outside of the block there. Or you can even just align it completely to the block itself. Like there. There is some leeway. I think you have like 2 frames of leeway or something. Personal preference. Now there's a floor drop here, which is generally considered 100% only. But we can do it in 90%. The problem is, it's harder because we have the chain whip, and you need perfect execution generally just to earn 1 or 2 seconds. So nobody goes for this. But it's there. So touch the stairs, jump off, jump up, get the floor drop. Now we got that first whip there, so that was actually perfect for that part, but if we were to have missed it and maybe did like 1 or 2 whips extra, that time save would already be gone, and it would have been normal, better to just take the stairs down. You gotta have to whip that one on the floor drop down. The funny aspect is that when you whip from a floor drop, the subpixel doesn't change. In 100% flame whip wise, this would have killed it. But now it's still there, so we have to be fast. And we failed up. And because he hit me, the subpixel is now changed, so we are essentially stuck here. Which means we have to kill him and then get out. But if you are fast... you can get out. But it is generally never recommended to go for that. But it is possible. You can also beat that skeleton right there. I think we're gonna get these 2 clustered, yes, so I'm just gonna kill them. Otherwise they can be separated, and I would just jump over them all. But for that pattern I just decided to kill them. Oops. Take the damage boost. Jump over, and remember to equip the dagger again. So we're gonna be in need of it. Kill the skeleton, get up, and from where I land here, if I were to just jump into the next screen, wow, I actually made it? Weird. Yeah, apparently I made it. Normally, I don't know why I made it this time, but normally I wouldn't make that. See, I'm holding up right now, and I can't touch the stairs. So if I would have to realign that by gently going right here, and I would get hit. So what we usually do is just go 1 or 2 frames to the right, and we're good to go. And we beat the skeleton. Minor thing, but worth going for. Don't walk into the skeleton. Try to jump into him. Jump off here. Now if we're lucky, we could actually have gotten the damage boost off this skeleton into the wall. But now we actually have to jump up there. And also try to go for that jump off the wall. I think it's a 2-frame trick, don't quote me on that. Now, depending on how much time you spent in the outside world, aka not mansions, it will either be day or nighttime here. Mostly it's RNG dependent because of how much time you spent on Blob, but also obviously everything you have done up to this point in the outside world will affect it. If it's nighttime, the mummies and the flower will take 4 hits with a whip, and it's just generally a time loss. But if it's daytime, you will have a lot of fun. Otherwise, it's nothing really hard to do. If it's nighttime, just whip kill them, 4 hits, but it just takes longer. That's the only difference. And be sure to have the shield equipped still for that flower. Then 1, 2, 3. So obviously we use a lot of daggers here too, so adjust accordingly, but this is something you would like to have daggers for. As for the rest of it, now if you don't get that second one, don't fret, just take the damage boost, you're still good. Try to get a dagger out, like this, it's pretty much the same input for a jump whip as such, just with a dagger. And then, like for the last one, just throw a dagger like right in front of the face, like straight up, just BAM! Done, easy peasy. Now again, depending on day versus night time, you will have zombies or not have zombies. This is emulator, so this is not a console, so I am actually using OBS, OSB, whatever it's called. Zombies, just jump over them. If it's daytime, you don't have to deal with them. You can also heal here in daytime, if you want to. Now, this screen right here is super fucking important. If it's nighttime and you fuck up the setup for this, you're basically gonna have to spend a lot of time just trying to kill these with a whip. And they take 8 hits because it's, nighttime. And voila, we have the setup. Also, I believe my neighbors are awake, so you might hear something in the background. Sorry for that. But that's basically the super slow setup for it. If you just don't have hearts, or if you fuck up this. So you want to jump like in transition here, and on the peak of that, you want to throw a dagger and connect that with those two. Sometimes though, for whatever reason, that happens. This second skeleton there just decides to walk for whatever reason, and I don't know why. But if it happens, just wing it. Make sure not to jump too early here, or else, So, delay that jump a little bit. Jump as fast as you can off those moving platforms. I used mash. You should generally time it, I guess, but I used mash. It works better for me. You don't need to whip these in air, but I don't know, I just do it. I've seen Burb do it, so I just do it. But I mean, it really actually does not have any effect at all. We could just as well just skip that whipping and just continue accordingly. And you see, I actually did a pretty big jump there, and I still didn't hit the enemy there. So there's some leeway. Now this one right here, there's several movements you can do just to pass to the next screen. A lot of people just drop and jump. I know some of them can do something like that. It's just do whatever you want, quite frankly. Now equip laurels. Then practice this screen also. For this reason right here with the lizard. You want to pass that with the laurel. So give that some practice. It will click eventually. Especially in nighttime, if you get stuck, you know, down here without laurel and have to spend the 8 hits on him while taking damage from the swamp. I mean, goddamn. Look at that damage right there. So this is what you wanna be with when the laurel ends. Now, as for the guy above me there, I mean, you can see him, first of all, getting close to me, and then, like, very slightly for like 1 frame, just turn back, and then forward again, shooting the projectile. And then on his return, that's when I want to jump up, and then jump over. So that's the pattern for it. Really super easy every time. Like, every time I get up here after the laurel, I just bam. Even if I take the damage boost, that's fine. And this floor drop right here is very random. To quote Burb on this, 98% of the times you'll get it. That's not an accurate number by any means, but like 9 out of 10 times you'll get it. It's a floor drop that works with several subpixels. And we don't have any setup for it because of all the inputs we do up to this point, so this is just random. If you get it, be happy. Otherwise, just take the stairs. This time we got it. Coming in here, again, night versus daytime, but nighttime, just whip these. Don't waste any daggers on them, just stun them with a whip. I think... oh, damn it. Well, we are just gonna take that damage right there, but... we're... screw it, we're just gonna showcase it. Just in case. But you can actually dodge all of them. Alright, saves it here then, but... you mother. Son of a gun. One more. There we go. Thank you, game. And yeah, so we should still have laurels equipped here. Oh. So jump up. Now these mummies can be random. So sometimes you can actually get the first jump here without activating the laurel. Sometimes you have to activate the laurel. So he got me the bad pattern there. It's like... and the hitbox are huge. But as you can see there, bad pattern. See if we can get the good one. Nope. See if we can get the good one. Ah, the hitbox. But yeah, that's essentially when he stays to the left there. So you have a small fraction of the time, but you can actually recognize the pattern if you're fast enough. Otherwise, just, you know, activate the laurel. I know some people actually jump off from that last tombstone. I know I've seen Jaguar do it. It's something I never personally do, I just drop down from here because of the birds. But I know some people have like done the jump there. You can probably practice around with it, I guess. I don't know why people do that. I have no clue. I just drop down. You can actually, like here, you don't need to be worried about taking the damage. And then, the holy water. Try to... like, I mean, you need to break these 2 blocks just to pass through. You need to break both of them, but try to do it in one toss. Preferably on an upwards jump. It's a little bit tricky, but with enough practice, I'm sure you can get it. There we go. It's a small time save, but I mean, it's something you can try to aim for. And that is pretty much it for Nail Mansion. and the route to Dracula. So here we are. That is pretty much concluding part 7. Ultimately, Nail Mansion is, I would say, absolutely the easiest one. There's no floor drops, there's like no big tricks generally. There are small movements for time saves, but I mean, there really isn't much to it. As for the route afterwards, it can be pretty devastating. Nighttime versus daytime, skeleton bridge generally. With enough practice, it shouldn't really cause too much trouble. But the problem at this point also is just your heart count as a whole. How much daggers can you actually use? And this is where a lot of runners are starting to have issues because of the game warranty. Sometimes it goes very smooth, sometimes it just goes complete down to shit. Spend your horse wisely. Learn, where is the most crucial spots for it, where would you be in the most need for it, and play accordingly. I hope you get good drops. But that is pretty much it for the end game when it comes to daggers and whatnot. And you made it to Dracula. Only one part left.